Hello everybody, welcome. As you can see, I'm like super excited. We just got stuff in the mail. I was looking through my email right before going live and it said, hey, out for delivery. So ran upstairs as soon as I put the little tick down counter and got something in the mail. Actually got a couple somethings in the mail. And whew. Okay. Welcome to our Monday. I don't know, apparently YouTube is killing everything that calls itself news now. That's like a weekly thing. So it'll be our role-playing game weekly rundown. So we're going to go over, we got a bunch of really cool stuff at what was the event we went to this weekend? Grit City Comic Con. I got to link the Grit City podcast because they did an interview with me this weekend, and it's really cool. podcast that's local to here to Tacoma. One of the people, he and I gamed at the same place back in the 90s before I moved away from the Northwest, then moved back. And now he works morning radio and works with some awesome people and does the podcast because it's a fun, awesome thing to really support the... oh, thank you.
It's hot.
Hot tea! Support the local community doing cool, nerdy stuff. But let's start off with some cool donations. First things first, we got this really neat thing in the mail that I've been waiting. That is our Level Up dice puck. We got our prototype in. It's this beautiful blue aluminum. And then there's 4 D6 in there that make our logo. I'm going to zoom in on this. Boop-a-doo. Other way, zoom. Focus. Look at this. They're so beautiful. Oh my God. I just fingers weren't working trying to get this open. This is so cool. We're going to sit down and take photos. So it's got our logo on the front and our logo on the dice. So the cool thing with this is going to be, it is going to live on Level Up's website, and every quarter they will just make a bunch of these and send them out. So they sent 2. Let's see what the second one looks like. Just the same. Look. I've been waiting on these things for so long. I got to meet the designer that worked on these while we were at was it a Gen Con? Yeah, it was a Gen Con. Awesome young lady, and it was funny because, you know, they do tons of great stuff. They're an amazing company, but there's a lot of projects that, hey, I'm working on this cool thing. And she said when she was working on this, so taking Carissa's design, so this grew out of my brain, Carissa made it real, the design, and then the designer over at Level Up took it so that it could be etched into aluminum. So this is our beautiful blue. And she said while she was working on it, everybody kept coming by like, "Ooh, I want to see." So apparently, like, this was like the big talking point for like weeks in the Level Up design office. And yeah. Tomorrow we're going to be doing a photo shoot for these. A photo shoot for inanimate objects. So I've got to figure out, like, I'm going to do really awesome shot of it and different things. I'm going to try to do some cool, like, action, set up some action shots with books or whatever. Oh, and so as soon as we get the, woo! As soon as we get all the photos back to Level Up, they'll be up on their website. Not 100% sure on the price, but we're going to get 10% back to the library on everyone that's sold. So if you want an awesome D6 metal set, you'll have a graded chance to do so here soon, and you will be able to support the library and have a really, really awesome set of dice. So let's go on to things that we've got up. So the other thing we got in the mail was a game that we had backed on Kickstarter. So we have friends in Canada that do a game called Endless Realms. It's a really cool D10 based system and I'm trying to really get them, reinvigorated going again, because with the pandemic, they lost all the wind in their sails, and I want them to, really get back into things. But before all that went down, they worked with a group to do a game. So New Bristol. New Bristol, this is for the Endless Realms game, but they also have it for other games as well. I think they actually said it was going to be like 55 or 60 for the dice pucks. So it may, but I mean, the dice pucks are, and I have a set of the Emerald City dice puck as well. Okay, so New Bristol, awesome little game setting from Canadian designer just north of us, using another Canadian designer's system, Endless Realms. It's a good D10 system. And then, literally just came in, and I believe the library's in here somewhere. I will have to find it. But when I find it, I will share if, next week. The Librarian of Worlds. So yeah, there's the librarian. So yeah, we got a librarian in the book to represent us. We did a lot of talking with them behind the scenes. Oh man, I'm still going. And then we got Slavbard, a roguelike tabletop scenario, Lovecraftian horror in the frozen north. It came with the New Bristol stuff. I don't know if it's the same people, or if this is another game that we backed coming from the same shipping company. Oh, look, Stalin. I'm going to have to look this up. We may have backed this on Kickstarter. But, so we got Slavbard. Yes, it is awesome. I love it every chance that we get the library to be in a book. So, teased this one yesterday. We got Leverage, the role-playing game. This came out in 2010, partway through the run of the show. So the show ran from 08 to 012. This came out in 2010. But if you like the Leverage world, it runs on the Cortex system. And actually, I know a lot of people that took stuff from this to use in their own games. So why not just play in the Leverage world? So really neat. I mean, the Leverage show was a lot of fun, and look forward to it. So everybody out there may or may not know the game Alice is Missing. We kind of talked about it a couple interviews ago, and somebody else, the other person we were interviewing, also did their own game that was To Be Quiet and text-based. So I want people to play games like that at events, but I don't want them to have to give their phone number out to, strangers. So picked up 4 of these things. They're LoRa T-beams. So these create a little network within, they all just communicate amongst themselves. And then we were donated some cell phones, older cell phones, that I should be able to download software to, connect to these, and then everybody just communicates amongst each other via the little network this creates. And so anybody should be able to sit down and play, at least 4 players in Alice is Missing with these. And I plan on turning these into they'll be inside of a device that you just text straight away, and all 4 of them will communicate amongst each other via these built into them, running off, single battery, and they'll run for days off that. And then it'll be even more like you're out in the wilderness kind of thing. It's a little more immersive. And then the cool thing is, if you're in a room, you can actually, walk around, and you don't have to sit at a table, after you get the game started. You can kind of walk around and, sit in a corner and be even more secretive about the game. But trying to figure out ways to utilize or to make available the tech-based games using text and stuff that you don't have to you don't have to share your private information with just random people, so that we can just set it up. And then, if the world ends, I have a communication network and dice. Okay, we got a ton of other books. There was a bookstore at the event, and they had just gotten this really cool collection of books in. Oh, and we also got some other stuff donated. So Lackey brought these D&D spell cards for bards. So I had ordered this. I showed this off. It came in last Monday. Well, Thursday. So I'd accidentally ordered 2 copies. Well, they sent me my original order, and then they sent me 2 more. So maybe we might do an auction off for one of these or something to raise some funds for the library. So we have 3 copies of the collector's edition of the Transformers role-playing game. How often does that happen? Let's see. Let's get to... what did Eric bring us besides? Some more things that Eric brought us. For the game Base Raiders, Boiling Point. I don't know if we have Base Raiders, the base game, but I love this cover art. It's really dark in here. You can't... this is like a kind of a shriveled human that's been desiccated with with cybernetics, like a cyber djinn and stuff. So some really neat looking things flipping through here. It's an underwater adventure. And then this, so the unofficial D&D guide for kids under 10 and a few adults. And so I'm going to read this off the back real quick. The creation of this book came out of a task I was given to host a D&D game for kids at a convention. In my quest to create this event, I found that there was no true D&D game for young kids, so I decided to create one. I hope you read and play. I hope after you read and play, you are inspired to create your own game, your own quest. So, well, I do love having stuff like this, and this is great for introducing kids into D&D. It's also great for teens and adults that have learning disabilities or anything like that. It's a good way to help get them into playing. And I think it's honestly better for that, because there's a lot of great games that are more geared towards kids to get them into role-playing instead of trying to break down D&D to kids. So I think this is much better for individuals with, working with individuals that have maybe learning disabilities or stuff like that, to get them into role-playing and use this as an awesome tool for those teens and adults that may struggle to get into, because I want anybody to play. And once you learn the basics of most RPGs, it's that hurdle, it's that first struggle getting people in. And I struggled with that for years, getting people excited about the gameplay that's past the initial play or the initial entry. And if you can take a tool like this and break down some of those barriers, this is the more power to you. I love seeing people that it may not be, they think it's out of their realm to play something like D&D. Well, with stuff like this, hopefully we can get more people playing. Lackey, then this was what I was hoping Lackey would chime in with. Lackey says the author is autistic herself and wrote it in part because there was no RPG she found that approached teaching it in a way that worked for her, and that's part of the reason. So I read through this real quick, and I think it's much better for working with any of the people like autistic teens and adults, or if you have somebody with dyslexia, any other type of learning disability. There's a lot of good stuff in here that can help with that, and I think it's much better as a tool for that than it is for trying to break D&D down for kids, because I think there's better games out there for that. But this is a great tool for the teens and adults that may be struggling. And I'm super happy that people are doing stuff like this, because just because you've got a learning disability doesn't mean you can't be brought in and play in with the games and stuff that quote unquote normal people play. I mean, who's normal anyways? Especially if you play role playing games. I tell everybody I'm normal, everyone else is weird, right? My wife will never agree to that statement. Hey, Fraser Valley Tabletop Games. How you doing? I can't wait to work with Fraser Valley Tabletop Games. So for everybody that's viewing, awesome GM, and I need to. I was talking about him a couple weeks ago. I got to clip some stuff so he can share it on his Facebook, because he's a really good GM. And if you're in the BC area and want a GM, well, Fraser Valley Tabletop Games, probably a good place to start. Let's see. Oh, just want to show these off again. 4D6s that make the logo. Look at that, it's so cool. Let's go. Oh, I just want to go play with these. I've been in pain most all weekend. I hurt my leg last week and tweaked me out, and this has just put me in the greatest. I am just going to be cloud nine for the next, I don't know how long. Okay, so looked at leverage from the books that we got this weekend. We looked at the cool stuff Eric brought us. Let's see. Let's do Earth Dawn Player's Compendium. Earth Dawn Game Master's Compendium. Fraser Valley. Well, Chris, you deserve the love. You are a great. You're a great GM, and I hear the happy click clacks. Oh, that's right. Eric told me he brought the Pixar Onward box, and then this is also for Earth Dawn Name Giver's Compendium. So I haven't played Earth Dawn in ages. I need to get a good GM in to run it. How much do most of us miss that FOSSA? I miss FOSSA. It made some really cool stuff. So got some really cool stuff for Earth Dawn there. And this is like late FOSSA. Yeah, we've got a bunch of the first edition Earth Dawn stuff. I hadn't seen any of this era, and when these popped up, I was like, okay, yeah, they don't pop up often. Let's see. Tales of Gore. Gorarian role-playing. This came out a couple years ago. It looks like it was possibly a Kickstarter. Hadn't looked it up, but it looked pretty. I love the cover art. I don't know which edition this is. Let me see if it tells me on the inside there, Chris. Just says Earth Dawn, January 2007, first printing. Doesn't say what edition. Yeah, the FOSSA that's still around is not really the FOSSA that... Well, I mean, I don't even think this FOSSA was the same FOSSA that made, Battletech and the original Earth Dawn and Shadowrun. Yeah, it's not a Jordan Weissman company anymore. Let's see. from Frog God Games, the collector's edition of Tome of Horrors. So this is their just a bunch of nasty critters, bugs, and devils, and it's very nicely bound with the little. Well, it doesn't have gilded edge. It's just very nicely bound. Let's see. Also from Frog God Games, Bunnies and Burrows. I think there's a Bunnies and Burrows on Kickstarter right now. Hang on. Let me see real quick. Yeah, I know you guys can't see. Bunnies and Frog God just put it out, and it just ended. Or wait, when did this go on? Oh no, this is okay. So this is from the Bunnies and Burrows. That was the Kickstarter edition from a couple years ago. So originally, Bunnies and Burrows came out in 1976. And if you've ever read Watership Down, so this is Watership Down, the role-playing game. So there is this edition. I know there was a GURPS edition, and then the original 1976 edition, and then there's also one for, I think it's Powered by the Apocalypse, I believe, called Warren. And I mean, I love the. Oh wow, Foss making way more than that. So in the chat it says Foss is still making New Earth Dawn, 1879, Noble Armada, Demon World, and a few other systems. Well, dang. So whoever picked up the FOSSA license or name is really cranking out some stuff. Well, I will have to go check them out. So, yes. I've always loved Watership Down, loved the book, loved the cartoon. I watched the cartoon a ton as a kid. When I was like 6 years old, took it over to another kid's house, and I was no longer allowed to come over for sleepovers because they were all, scarred, and I enjoyed the movie. But I'd already been playing role-playing games for a couple years by then. So, Black Iron, a grimdark fantasy RPG. This, I also think, was a Kickstarter game from a couple years ago. Yeah, this came out 2020. But haven't looked too much into it. It's from Feral Games. Whew. I gotta find a new place to put stuff. Look, it's just a black tome. Just a black tome. Hang on, I gotta see my camera. There we go. There we go. Just a black tome. Let me turn it this way. There, it's got a logo. Then it's got an M20. This is the Mage the Ascension 20th anniversary book. I didn't know this existed. This is really neat. Like it's well made. It is heavy. So it's got a beautiful gilded edge. It's got a nice thick cover. Little embellishments on the spine like this. It does say Mage the Ascension. It is really tough to see in this lighting. There you go. You might be able to see that. But yeah, it's the 20th anniversary of Mage the Ascension, but collector's edition. And this is a good example of an anniversary or collector's edition. Let's see. Oh, we got. Let's see. Role playing core rules. So Silhouette Core, Dream Pod 9. I don't know what system this uses. Says contains OGL material. But DreamPod 9 did like Jovian Chronicles and some other stuff that I don't know if this uses the same system as that. But they put out a bunch of stuff there for a little while. Let's see. Another nice collector's edition. This is Exalted, 3rd edition. And look at that cover. It's gorgeous. When did this come out? Oh god, this is so this has like never been opened. The pages are all still like pressed together. It's got 3 ribbons in it. Yeah, this has like never actually been gone through. Those ribbons are still tucked from the factory. Oh, oof. And then the last one from this box is also from Frog God Game for Sword and Sorcery. Lost Lands, The Blight. Richard Pett's Crooked City with Matt Finch, Greg A. Vaughn, and Bill Webb. Silhouette system is an OGL D20. Okay. They all signed the book. And then you can go through their world, but in the limited black and white cover print. Let me put some of these back. So I've got another box of books to grab. Oh. Unofficial guide to D&D for kids under 10 and a few adults. If you know people that are needing something to kind of tinker with D&D so they can get more people involved, remember that name. Oh, my arms are tired. The collector's edition of 13th Age. Really like this game. Such a neat game. I like this back. I think the back cover is way cooler than the front. Nice brown faux leather. Beautiful maps on the inside. And then, so if you look at the front, let me bring it in here. You can see who made it. And then there's signature cards for all the people that worked on it. I think they're... Oh, we have 2 of them. And they were signed at different times. You can see Lee Moyer signed in 2 different colors. You can see the signatures are the same, but like you can tell they were a little further along in their days of signing on one than the other. But love me some 13th Age. Want more people to play this, and I will be happy to put this out when we do the cool like show off of like limited prints and stuff. Let's see. Oh, this came in the mail the other day. I think Friday. This is so something we backed on Kickstarter. Terrors and Tommy Guns. I just love the name of it. Thought it was really neat. Horror, noir. I thought it made a really cool mix. Got all the signatures from the people that worked on that. And I don't remember a whole lot about this Kickstarter. It was a little while ago. Large font. So, I mean, the book could have been considerably smaller, but sometimes I'm really cool with the larger font. And I've done a good job. Up in the corner, you can see the sections are numbered, but they're also color-coded. And you can do a quick glance here to see. Yes, I did get the bookseller's contact info. And it is not in my pocket. Maybe it is? No, I think it's upstairs. But I did get the bookseller's info. They're a bookstore out of Seattle. But yes, this cover is actually super duper cool. Love that. You get the normal guy looking into the mirror of twisted terrors. So you got your terrors and Tommy guns. Let's see. This is one of the reasons that we ended up picking up a bunch of stuff. The Book of Metal for Pathfinder. Look at that axe. It's an axe. That's an axe. It is a guitar that is a giant freaking axe. I haven't gone through this yet. Um, I, I don't know what to expect for this, but being that it's Pathfinder compatible, that means should be able to tweak some of this to also be used with D&D 3.5 if it's not too over the top. But Book of Metal. Let's see. Thought this one was kind of cool. It wasn't. Blade of the Throne. Blade of the Iron Throne. From Iron Throne Publishing. Amp up the Megadeth. Yes. Yeah, you start playing, you're playing a little Pathfinder, you got some Rush going, and then you pull out the Book of Metal, switch from Rush to Megadeth. Don't know much about the Book of Iron, the Blade of Iron Throne book. But it did look neat. It was very cheap. Let's see. The Numenaria Collector's Edition. So these are really nice. You get 2 beautifully bound books with all the cool little bits that Monty Cook likes to put into games. Where did that go? Well, had something flip under my desk. And then the box set for it. So they always put like little bookmarks and stuff that are also cheat sheets. Monty Cook does some really cool little things that they'll slip into books. But the box is nice, but in the box, boop, you get a little pendant. So you can pop that out and have cool little, just Numenaria shaped emblem hole, or you can leave it in and have a cool Numenaria emblem in your book or in your slipcover. The Game of Thrones role-playing game. This is from, so it's number 2,328 of 2,500. So I looked these up. They did come with a slipcover. This one didn't. This one doesn't have the slipcover. I'm okay with that. But this came out in '05. So yeah, this came out in 2005 from Guardians of Order. Guardians of Order. So I kind of chuckle. Game of Thrones. They put out like the first 3 editions of Big Eye Small Mouth, and other games like that. They put out. It's like, hey, what do you got? Big Eye Small Mouth and Game of Thrones. Like, can't get so far different. It's tough. Which I chuckled going, I recognize that name. I had to look him up. I was like, oh my god, yeah, it's the original printer of Big Eye Small Mouth. And then this, beautifully, it's faux leather. It says Rollmaster. So I was like, I saw this and I was really confused. This has to be a fan-made, a personally made thing. So it's all the Rollmaster supplements over the years that somebody had made and bound beautifully. Like, this cost somebody a few bucks to produce, but it was somebody that was like, hey, I'm tired of pulling out all my Rollmaster books, and they combined it into one. And the only thing that's odd on it is the covers. So the covers didn't come out quite right. You see they're a little cut off, but all of the interior material is just perfectly laid out. And if you're into Rollmaster, that's everything for Rollmaster. So I gotta get a hold of the people that are doing Rollmaster now and see if they'll do a book like that. Oh. So that is all of the stuff that we recently got. And you have no clue how excited. Hang on. Let me show you the covers of these Numenaria books. We chatted with the artist that did these, did the cover for these, and he's just so talented. We need to get him to sign it. these covers. They're so nice. And then when you put both books in there, yeah. Monty Cook has I got to sit down with their team, and they make some beautiful books, but they knock it out of the park on their collection edition stuff. So I talk very highly of like Free League, because they do great things with just their standard books. But Monty Cook, I think right now, is putting out some of the best collector's edition stuff, and they're just so good at it. So other companies out there that need to step up their collection edition game need to talk to Monty Cook and see what they're doing. Yes, Numenary is such a cool system, and it's really hard to categorize, because it kind of fits in a few different places. Okay, let's get ready for. So there's not really, like, we're kind of in a little lull for news, which I'm cool with. So we're going to go right into some stuff for sale, some sales, and then we'll get into some Kickstarter stuff, and then we've got some cool stuff to cover. Let's see. Do I have everything? There we go. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so if you do Roll20, and yes, Roll20 has been awesome with us and has given us 5 accounts that we use fairly regularly now. It's taken us a little time, but they have their community sale. So there's just a bunch of stuff that you can get. Let me get up here. And if you have a Roll20 account, this is all free. Alice is Missing. Hey, I was just talking about Alice is Missing for these. But you can do Alice is Missing with the chat feature on there. So, a bunch of Call of Cthulhu stuff. Some Savage World test drive rules featuring Deadlands. There's just all kinds of. There's a big variety of stuff. Free League's got their starter set for Alien on there. So tonight I'm going to be downloading all of this for all 5 of our accounts. Downside to having 5 accounts is I have to grab each of these for each of our accounts. So shared the link in the chat. So if you have a Roll20, and you can have a Roll20 account for free. So you should be able to get all of this just totally free and add to your account. Let's see. Then Drive-Thru RPG, who is now also Drive-Thru RPG is part of the One Bookshelf system, and Roll20 just merged into the One Bookshelf company. Already grabbed all the goodies. Nice. So Drive-Thru RPG has, if you go to the Drive-Thru RPG website, right there on top, you'll have the Halloween sale, and this will take you to just huge sale of all kinds of stuff. So, let's see, Vassin on sale for $20. Mage the Ascension, $24. Delta Green, there's some Delta Green stuff. Werewolf, 40k Wrath and Glory. Let's see what other cool stuff. Wicked Ones, that's kind of cool. Hunter, the Vigil 2nd edition. Didn't that just come out from Onyx Path? More Wicked Ones. Zweihander, this is like a 600-page book for $16. There's the Wrath and Glory for $24. Chronicles of Darkness, $16. Let's see, what else jumps out? Let's see, Delta Green Iconoclast. Something in Korean. Chronicles of 100 Hours, a Korean RPG. Oh, That's cool. So, Vampire the Requiem second edition. I know some people that love Vampire hate Vampire the Requiem, but there are people out there that love Vampire the Requiem. So, if you don't have a copy, here's a way to get a digital copy. Tiny Dungeon, Tiny Zine Compendium. So, Monster of the Week, $9.60. But there's all kinds of awesome stuff that they have on their sale, and that's just page one. So they have 14,266 items on sale in their Halloween sale. So I bet you're going to be able to find probably a horror themed RPG in all of this. And as much as I love having physical books, this is a great way for some people to get into games cheaper and then later on pick up the physical book. And as much as I love drive-through RPG and everything, still, if you're getting physical books, if it's available at your local game store, please go to your local game store. Okay, let's get into some Kickstarters. Dang it, I need to... So, thank you, Lackey. See you later, Chris. So, we're going to jump to some new releases from RPG Geek. And I keep forgetting to look here. Probably a place I should look more often. So, new releases... So this was just put out yesterday for your friendly local game store. So, Heart of Darkness from the Alien role-playing game, which is awesome because I like that they keep expanding that universe. Otherwise, it would be a very... with the core rules, it could be just turn into a bug hunt every week you're playing. Every time they release new stuff, they just keep adding more good stuff to the universe. Let's see. So it looks like D&D Icons of Realms, Dragons of Stormwreck Isle, Eclipse Phase, 2nd edition, the Darkest House from Monty Cook, which there's no link to the Darkest House. Let's see. Dacia and Thracia, Storm at Empire's Borders for Ares Games. Italia, Land of Ancient Magic and Dark Intrigue. Ooh, that sounds cool. Runes of the Lost Realm. So add-on stuff for the One Ring. It's the 2nd edition of the One Ring. So the One Ring was originally put out by Crucible 7. And then I don't know exactly what happened. And then Free League ended up with all the rights to the One Ring game and made some minor changes, cleaned it up a little bit, and re-released it as a 2nd edition. And now are continually putting out stuff. They're also going to be putting out some One Ring 5e stuff. Let's see. Pathfinder for Savage Worlds. Bunch of stuff coming up, or has come out, like that they're supporting the Savage World system and their own 2nd ed system. So they've got a bunch of Pathfinder 2nd ed stuff coming out. The Root role-playing game Deluxe Edition, that's been out for a while, I thought. Some more stuff from for Starfinder, Dead Suns, and Master of Time and Space. And, well, we know the Transformers RPG came out. I like the special edition cover better. That cover's a little generic. I mean, it's great for Transformers because it kind of evokes a toy catalog or something. And I'm excited to play. I need to play G.I. Joe still. Oh, so much stuff. Okay, let's get into some Kickstarter stuff. And yes, please go support your friendly local neighborhood game store. If you want Transformers or GI Joe or Power Rangers, all from Renegade Games, they were awesome. Helped us out this summer. Go to your local neighborhood game store and see what you can do with them. Let's see, Monty Python's co-curricular medieval reenactment program. They are at almost $1.5 million. Part of me is really hoping that they beat Avatar, but they won't. That's just me going, please, please do. They still got a long ways to go. The library backed them within the first 30 minutes. We were backer number 1,000. They were less than an hour when we backed them. Magpie Games is Eric and I were chatting about this weekend. I forgot how big Magpie was. It's much bigger than I remember. They're still small, and I have zero problem with them using Kickstarter for things. But they're much bigger in the indie space, a much more well-known entity. The Exalted Funeral, not well-known. So this 1.4 million is totally treading on the Monty Python name, which is awesome. I'm excited for this. So a role-playing game. No, it isn't. So I'm torn. I like the public school edition. This is their collection edition. But I also love this. They're both very Monty Python. When they've done stuff, they'll put out their normal edition that looks like that normal cover, and they will put out they will put stuff out with this cool cover as well. So both of them are very Monty Python. And I'll be honest, I want both. And then if you get order high enough, you get this cool. It's basically backgammon, but in a Monty Python the Holy Grail theme, and it has a playable. It's incorporated into the game as well. So, and then Terry Gilliam. No, not Terry Gilliam. Is it Terry Gilliam? Yeah. Terry Gilliam, the only American that was in the group. Also told by his art professor in college that he wouldn't amount to anything. He was the one that did all the art for Monty Python, and you can see that it's very much all throughout the game, and the foot as the one on the dice. You got the demerits. So if you like Black Beast of Og, Dragon of Agnor. Maybe it was from Castle Comog. Maybe he was just saying Og. He didn't chisel out Og as he died. If you like Monty Python, this is up your alley. Support it. Get some fun games like this out there. Let's see. The Gas Station After Hours. So they're out of the Belfast, UK. They're at $5,000. They were looking for $226, or they were looking for £200, and they're at £4,500. Ooh, wow, the pound is really hurting right now. Well, everybody's kind of hurting right now. So, please do not buy things or support things if you cannot afford it. Make sure that you and your family are taken care of first. And possibly extended family before you put money down on games. As much as I love people to play games, you can go get a used game before you support a new game that's going to come out months from now. If you or people you know are in need, please take care of yourself. Please take care of those around you. I know starving artists, there are people that are putting a lot of awesome hard work and everything into these games. They need funding too, but it's more important to help yourself and those directly around you, be it family or extended family, friends that the family that aren't related to you, than it is to put money into a game. Even supporting the library, as much as I want you to help us and support the library, please help those around you first before you give money to us. So, the Station After Hours. What is this? Down the highway of lonely Arkansas town lays a gas station. It's not fancy, nor is it from a major corporation, but it is a place to grab fuel, simple foods, and a pack of cigarettes while traveling. Even during the day, the lights are on, the bulbs buzzing and humming overhead as neon glows along the coolers and out and front windows. The smell of cleaning fluids punch at the nose, strong despite the smaller store, combating the subtle whiff of rotting meat and sweat. Well, that's just fun. For the random passerby, the gas station is nothing by a faint is nothing. I think it's supposed to be nothing but a faint memory on the mind and miles. For those that work and live nearby the gas station, they knew that it was something else entirely. Raccoons, junkies, and holler hillbillies were only a sliver of the usual clientele that calls the gas station a rest stop. From the first wink of the twilight, oddities began to appear. Frozen heads in freezer, gray travelers from the skies stopping by to grab their favorite atomic blue slushy, and the local death cult stopping by because they knew the hot dogs would be fresher after they after they were changed out from dinner time. Weirdest of all, you got a job there, whether it's from desperation or just biting curiosity. Oh, this sounds great. This is so. Somebody out of the UK has written a game about a supernatural sci-fi gas station in Arkansas. I love this. What do you get? Characters table, roll D20. Secrets table D20. Okay. What? This is so silly. This sounds like a ton of fun. Let's see, what are the $6 gets you digital copy, $12 gets you a physical copy, and $8. Oh, that so you just physical. Wow, they're doing really good for just having a digital physical. That's it. That's pretty good. They're at $5,000, almost $5,200 off of $6 and $12 pledge levels. They're doing good. I'm intrigued. Somebody had to do more because hang on. It'll tell us 39 backers and 200 backers at the $12 level. Huh. It sounds fun. Sounds neat. I'm intrigued. See, Corrupted Flesh, 5e, 3e, and STF RPG campaign. Shut the fuck up? Oh, that'd be STFU. An unprecedented role-playing, centric gothic horror sandbox-style tabletop RPG. Let's see. This is so they're already past their goal. They were trying to get 8,000. They're at almost 12,000. So now is a perfect time to be doing horror stuff, even though you're going to be competing with other horror stuff. So we know it's for 5th edition and 3rd edition. Let's see. Campaign includes PDFs, 3-book set, a t-shirt, 60-card monster deck, 20 character sheets, a storyteller screen, art poster, 10-piece hero and humans miniature set, 10-piece villains and monster set. Ooh, a garnet glass dice. Whoa. Okay, they're garnet dice. They're garnet glass dice. Okay. And a 10-inch Jacob Mullen painted statue. Free adventure and sample PDF. Let's see. What are the levels? Do they do a cool breakdown? Bring your own game to life with minis. Oh, that's creepy. I was like, I looked at the print and I was like, what's wrong? He has a spider in his abdomen. That's pretty badass. So $50 gets you the PDF of all 3 books. So it's the same core rules in the 3 different formats that they are offering it in. $115 gets you the PDFs and physical books. So PDF in all three formats and hardcover 3-book set in chosen format. Let's see. Then 135 gets you all that plus a T-shirt. 165 gets you the books, the cards, the character sheets, and the screen. 300 the Master Story Kit. So that gets you everything that they covered before. 425 gets you everything plus the 10-inch Jacob Mullen statue. And it's nice. They kind of break everything down. Oh, you get a $5 savings, $10 savings. This is I like when they do these little charts. Ooh, they value that printed statue at $132. Well, if it's painted by someone, that's a lot of time. So they've already got their first goal unlocked. So they've got more. Let's go on to the next thing. Dungeons and Dimwits. So this isn't an RPG, but imagine all the insane stuff that happens during your tabletop RPGs put into one amazing comic. So somebody's doing a fun comic for all those stupid things that happens in RPG games. So I just thought it was adorable. Let's see what their pledge levels are. $8 gets you the PDF. 15 gets you cover A. So let's see what their different covers are. So cover A is that. Cover B is that. Cover C. Cover D. And then for all 4 covers, so $15 gets you your chosen cover. $25 gets you the complete Dun and Dim PDF collection. $50 gets you all 4 covers. Then $50 gets you the, let's see, $50 will get you cover A, the Critical Miss book, the I rolled a 1 print, the PDF, and I rolled a 1 PDF, and then a Critical Miss PDF. And then, so I think it's adorable. Hello there, McNancy. What are we up to? We're looking through role-playing stuff that's on Kickstarter right now. The Crown. So this has looked at this a couple weeks ago when it launched. This is out of Seattle. They're doing pretty good. They're at 12,000 of their 10,000 goal, and we looked at this a little bit. There's some really cool stuff about this. I'm not going to go back over it because we have talked about it on past events. I will not go over this one again until right before, so in 2 weeks we should see this one pop up again, and I'll go over it a little in depth again. I just want to give a local creator a little more highlight. So The Crown, if you want to look into it, is up for 16 more days and has funded. It's their first creation, so Damon Vanhee, first creation, but is back some other stuff, and looks like they're pretty far along. They have got a lot of art. They've got a lot of stuff thought about. They're getting close to goals. There's some really nifty art in here. They're going to be using Drive-Thru RPG. Zine Quest. So I love Zine Quest, but be careful with Zine Quest because last year there were like 600 all at once, 600 zines all at once, and then this year when they did it last month, I think it was, they were 450, and they were all like kind of last minute, and they still had like 450 out. I still would love Kickstarter to do, a quarterly Zine Quest. So Zine Quest 2023, Volume 1, 2, 3, 4, and just do them quarterly. It would make it easier on creators and on supporters. because when you just do it once a year and you have 600 pop up all at once, well, it's much harder to support several creators that way. If you do it, if you break it down into quarterly, you could, somebody could conceivably support more zines that way. A theme for each season, that would be kind of cool. I mean, even if they just called it, 2023 season, collection 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. It would, I think, generate more press or more sales. Let's see. Rebels, this only has 3 days to go. We've looked at this briefly before. They were looking for 6,000. They're at almost 12. So, Rebels of the Outlaw Wastes is a story-driven post-apocalyptic role-playing game where you play misfit outlaws fighting to overthrow the tyrannical overlords of a weird, wonderful wasteland. So, it is powered by the apocalypse. It does look like a well-built world, and it has a lot of very fun art. This is kind of a popular art style right now. I'm a little more into vibrant colors more than the pastel. So this is kind of this weird vibrant pastel. I dig it, but I get why it's popular. It's neat and quirk and kitsch as well. So let's see, $8 gets you the PDF. 15. So the $8 tier is for those who cannot afford the game at full price. They get a digital copy of the game, stickers not included, and you'll get a print and play version of the sheets. So the Outlaw PDF, $15. Get the digital PDF copy of the game, stickers not included, and you'll get a print and play version of the sheets. Add on extra stickers to your pledge to get the best of all worlds. So it was nice that they made a version for people that want to get the game but maybe not have the funds. So they got 24 at that level, but they got 40 at their $15 level. 30, you get the physical copy of the book and the PDF. This one I thought was awesome because at $60 you get a book where they've gone through and they've crossed out all the swears, and then also at $60 more swears. So they go through and add more swear words in. I think these are two of the most creative ways to do the book, which I find hilarious. The no swears is sold out, but the more swears isn't. I wish I had the funds. If I had the funds, I would back it at the more swears for the library. I think it would be funny to put that into our 18 and up section. Well, actually, I wouldn't mind one of each, but they're sold out of the no swears. And they got they had 10 of these one where for $100 you got more swears, and you would get more swears or no swears, your choice. But it is a cool looking little game, and it is done with Powered by the Apocalypse, so solid rule set. You should, it's nothing that, you're not getting something that you won't, that isn't play tested and liked. And you can tell people like, hey, I've got this cool Powered by the Apocalypse game. You want to try it? Let's see. Crossroads, 61 hours to go, coming out of Sweden. They were looking for $4,000 or 50,000 Swedish krona. They're at almost 15,000 or 168,000 Swedish krona. So Lindorm Dice, they've created 4 things, and they've backed 49. Personal and tactical. So Crossroads is a deep and sprawling adventure tabletop RPG system with focus on personal stories and tactical gameplay. Inspired by deck-building board games, Crossroads gives players the power to customize their own playstyles that will evolve while you play when playing Crossroads. You'll find that each conflict needs thinking on your toes. Relationships can be built and lost, and every choice has a consequence. So, the world of weird. There's a lot that I think is neat. So, about $14 will get you the Crossroads Core Rulebook, Weird Tales of Havsala campaign setting book, and your name in the book. $14. Get just the dice, please. You get just the dice. $48. Path of the Explorer. You get the Crossroads Core Book in print in PDF. The Weird Tales of Havsala PDF, and your name in the book. $54. You get the core book in print. You get the dice set and the Havsala, the weird book in PDF. $63. You get both books in print format in PDF and your name in the book. $89. You get them in print, PDFs, GM screen, 2 character sheets, and your name in the book, and the dice set. $222 gets you the... Yeah, deck building in an RPG is a really neat idea. I like some of where this is coming from. So, $222 gets you both books in print, both in PDF, dice set, GM screen, character sheets, your name in the book, any unlocked stretch goals, art print, A3 size of the weird book cover, which is this cover here. A character art commission in the same style as the books, and create an NPC to reside within Weird. And then you get the merchant edition. So, a lot of options, and could be a lot of fun. And there's some really cool art. Makes me think of, oh god, the weird head troll sharing things from Labyrinth meets the Dax race from Star Trek. Jadzia Dax and the little fire troll things in Labyrinth. Hey, it's me, I swear. The Zone RPG, 7 days to go, funded in 2 hours. So there's some cool things about this. So the game looks intriguing, but it's less about the intrigue because it's a surreal play in the dark horror game in a box, which cool concept. It's designed to play in the dark. So the core set is $59. You get the 7 character types, 50 scene cards, 30 not so easy cards, 14 fate cards, 40 motivation cards, 40 location cards, facilitator cards, operation medal. $79 gets you the complete set, so it's all of that plus the tons and tons of tables and lists, mutations, twists, and twist pack. But the containment edition is $200. It comes in a Nanook, a Canadian-made box, plus you get some 10-inch chem lights, the zone stickers, and a 24-inch poster of any character. I love the idea that this game is designed to be played in the dark, and in their containment edition, it comes in this like yellow hazmat box with chem lights and everything. Yes, it's a heck of a buy-in because you're jumping from $59 is the core, $79 is the complete, and then $200. Well, I'll be honest, the Nanook cases are not cheap. They are not really making anything off of this edition. This is a cool gimmick, and I have to say, it is a bonkersly cool gimmick. I'll be honest, I would love this for the library. I mean, how cool would this be to just set out on a table and like you just pop it open? Now the thing that sucks about this is it's kind of not playable because it's designed to be played in the dark. So we can't be like, oh hey, here's a closet and four strangers go play in go play in the closet. Um, it's kind of like 10 candles where you really need a dark room and the candles to go out. So it's a really cool idea. I really do dig it. So $25 gets you the digital edition. 59 gets you the core. 79 gets you, and then it gets you the containment edition. So, because I mean, if we look up Nanook 910, I live in Washington. Well, we live in Washington too. It's dark. It is pitch black outside. So yeah, a Nanook is that's so they're charging $200. It sounds like a lot, but that case is $75 in its own. So I mean, all right there, they just knock off $75 off of whatever they charge for that. So I mean, yeah, they're still making money off of it, but they have sold 390 of the containment editions. They have almost 2,000 backers at the complete set, and they have more people. So 390 at the containment edition, but only 166 at the core. So not many people interested in the core. A ton going for the complete because it's only $20 more to get two more books and another set of cards. But there are more people that want the whole case experience, which it's one of those things that this is it's an eye grabber. And if you're doing something cool on Kickstarter, we were showing cool collector's editions. If you're gonna stand apart on Kickstarter, it's a great way to go. And they're 200 almost $240,000 with almost 2,500 over 2,500 backers and a week to go. So the last couple days they could get a ton more backers. So hats off to them. Hell, people are spending more than $200 on some of the collector's edition games. The light, it burns us. Yes. For those of you that aren't familiar with the Pacific Northwest, it gets dark really early in the winter around here, and we really shy away from summer. And then we during summer, with this strange thing in the sky, I call it Bob. It's the big orange ball. Those of you in the Southwest and Midwest or Australia, you guys, Bob. We don't see Bob all that often. He hurts. Let's see. Star Seekers. We've looked at this one in the past. It's got 5 days to go. They were asking for 20,000. That's kind of a big ask. I'm going to keep an eye on it because I think it's a really neat idea. It's 5e compatible. It's this big, crazy space station that you're based out of. Thought there was some art of the space station in here. Some really neat dragons and stuff. Oh, I could have swore there was something for the... So, now, here's my red flag, and we've talked about it in the past. First creation, 0 backed. They haven't backed anything else on Kickstarter, it's not necessarily, hey, I can't trust them, but hey, they haven't backed anything else within the industry. You'll see a lot of ninth level games. I don't even know if they've actually put anything onto Kickstarter, but they have backed. I mean, let me do. Let's see. We're gonna go Kickstarter, ninth level games. Well, that. Come on, search. Ninth level. Oh, they have put stuff. So, Mazes. I forgot Mazes was on there. So let's look at ninth level games. 18 created, 725 backed. So, oh yeah, we just talked to him about Venture Society. We talked to him about Dark Tower. So Chris came on and talked to us about Dark Tower, and their co-creator for Venture Society came on and chatted with us. Yay, duh. So yeah, they've done a ton of fun stuff on Pavlov's dog. I got to see that when it was in its infancy, and I met the lady that did Schrodinger's cat before she signed on, before ninth level picked him up. I believe it was before then. And Schrodinger's cat's a blast. Schrodinger's dog is a lot of fun, not RPGs. Yeah, you'll see. I mean, Kobolds ate my baby in color. So came here to show because they've got 18 games on here that they put it through here over the past few years, but they've backed 725. So you've got those middle tier size companies that are really putting money in showing other companies love. So it's not that I'm saying, hey, don't back this game. It's just always leery of someone that's first creation and they haven't backed anything. But it could just be, hey, we've got this cool thing, and they've not thought about putting funds, or maybe all their funds are tied up into making this game. So, and this is they've been play testing this for a long time, because they've been playing in this world in their podcast, which is kind of cool. And now they're just taking the world that they've built for their podcast and putting it into book form for others. Let's see, Pine Box Middle School and Horror Campaign Double Feature. Two great horror products for the award-winning Savage Worlds tabletop role-playing game. So those of you know, I love Shane Hensley, Pinnacle Entertainment. So 30 created, 266 back. Another, that middle tier size company. They're backing stuff, and just they've been pumping out. So I mean, if we look at their 30 created, let's see, tons of Savage World stuff. I need to get all the. I love all the stuff they're doing for Savage Worlds. I can't keep up with it all. So much good stuff. Oh, wait. I need to see. We should have Flash Gordon. I swear I backed that. Need to get Doomtown as well. So much good stuff. But here's a way to jump into some cool stuff for Savage Worlds and horror stuff. If you don't know much about Savage Worlds, just jump onto Pinnacle Entertainment's website, and you can download the basic rules and see what you can get, because it's Savage Worlds is really cool. It is the spiritual successor to the original Deadlands, one of my favorite games of all time. So $20 gets you the PDF of the Horror Companion or the Pine Box Middle School. $40 gets you the horror book or the Pine Box in print. $50 gets you the Horror Companion everything. So, let's see, hang on. Yeah, let's see. So $50 gets you the Hero Companion and Archetypes #1, the Hero Companion extras, and all stretch goals. So $55 gets you everything for the Pine Box world that they've created. $75 is the all-in digital, so you get PDFs of everything. $100 gets you all the horror companion in print, or $150 gets you all the Pine Box middle school stuff in print. $200, which is, $100 for all that, or $150 for all that, and then $200 gets you all of it in print. So that gets you the Horror Companion and Archetypes #1, Horror Companion extras, horror Companion stretch goals, Pine Box. Let's see, where's the print? So you get the Horror Companion and Archetypes in print and PDF, Companion extras in print and PDF, stretch goals in print, the middle school book and archetypes in print, the Pine Box Middle School box set, the middle school map sets, and all stretch goals. So, let's see, do they have a good layout? There's the everything, Horror Companion everything. So your books and all the fun cards and everything. There's the middle school box set. So maps and printouts. Then there's your all-in. You get all of that for $200. So this is your print all-in. How do I pledge? So I will always suggest picking stuff up for Savage Worlds. Let's see. C Issue X, a solo or multiplayer role-playing game about superheroes and their complicated backstories. So they are at $1,300 of their wanting to get a. Do I design anything for RPGs? I have done stuff. I've designed a lot of stuff. I've just not sold anything. So what I do is run a non-profit role-playing game library. So when we're not doing stuff here on Twitch, like this weekend, we were out at an event. We took out several hundred books and shared them with the event goers, and then we had GMs come out and run games for people. Let's see, Lex Arcana, Britannia and Mysteries of the Empires 2. So they're at 82,000 of their what they wanted was just under 10,000. So they were looking for 10,000 euros. They're at 83, almost 84,000 euros, and 10 days to go. So they have 2 books in this. Based. Oh yes, we are based in based in Tacoma. That's where the books are, and that's where the chief librarian and the librarian wrangler live. And actually, we have a lot of other people. Hood Canal. I've been through the Hood Canal area. Let's see. So €25, or about $25. Lackey's over on the Washington's thumb. So yeah, look up our website, alexandriarpg.com, and you'll find more information about us, and you can find our Discord and everything there. You can follow us here on Twitch as well, or on YouTube. Let me switch over to YouTube real quick. Oh. Let's see. Oh, Ulysses. Sorry, I was over on the Twitch chat, so I didn't see you chat in the YouTube stuff. And the big news was we got our dice pucks in from Level Up Dice. So we will be doing photos of these so that we can get these done up on their website, and you'll be able to order them through Level Up Dice soon. Sorry about that. I need to make sure that I've got to situate this where I can see both the YouTube and the Twitch chat better. No, it's not a weed grinder. It is a aluminum puck with our library logo on it, and then inside are 4 6-sided dice that put together make up our library logo. These are the prototypes that came from Level Up Dice. So anybody that was in our Discord chat or in chat early saw that I said, hey, we got big news. We've been waiting for these for a while. These just came in, and they sent us 2 sets so that we can sit down and we can take a bunch of cool pictures, and there will be links shared through all our social media and Discord and our gilded servers, so that it's anybody that sees them. And then what they'll do is quarterly they will do a run of the dice to anybody that's ordered them that quarter, and they'll like January, February, March. At the end of March, they will see what the orders are, and then they'll send those out to get produced and then sent out, which is really cool. So every quarter there will be a new set of these. see. Let's see. So, Lex Arcana. It is a role-playing game. With this campaign, our goal is to finance Brittany and Mysteries of the Empire 2. So the Lex Arcana RPG has been around a little while. It's a Roman, an RPG based in Roman times, and it's a company out of Italy. They've been making games for a little while. So at $25, you get the Britannia, all the Britannia and Mystery of the Empire in PDF. $59 gets you the Britannia in PDF and print, Mysteries of the Empire in PDF and print. Wow, $60 gets you both. I mean, they're not huge books, but that's not a bad price at all. $68 gets you the Lex Arcana core book in print and PDF, and then the Britannia hardcover book. $78 gets you the Britannia PDF and hardcover, Mysteries of the Empire 2 in hardcover, and Britannia map pack and deck. And then $98 gets you Britannia PDF, Britannia deck in PDF, Britannia map pack, Mysteries of the Empire, Empire 1, Encyclopedia Arcana, Lex Arcana core book, Dacia and Thracia in PDF. Oh, Egyptius, Italia. So that's a ton of, like, that's everything they've put out for the Lex Arcana. And $266 gets you Lex Arcana core book hardcover, all the items of the all the items of the rewards of the yeah. My Latin is not so good. Encyclopedia Arcana in print and PDF. Egyptius in PDF and print. Dacia and Thracia in PDF and print. Italia in PDF and print. Mysteries of Empire 1 PDF and print. Whew. That is a lot of stuff. Holy cow. So there's a ton of stuff, and if you can afford the $266, that you can jump in and get like everything. So that's kind of cool. Let's see. And Cowboy Bebop, the role-playing game. We have backed this as well. Huge fan of the Cowboy Bebop world. And this is the cartoon is amazing. Didn't like the live action one. I just think they got a lot of things not right. They kind of missed a lot of the cool feeling of the world. If you know anything about martial arts, or you sit down with somebody that knows martial arts and you watch the cartoon, they have done a ton of martial arts right in the cartoon that they didn't understand or get right. They really didn't get Faye and Spike right in the live action. But they actually, the actor that played Jet, I guarantee that guy sat down and watched the cartoons, because I think he actually kind of, even though he was a little young for the character, I think he actually nailed Jet. I think he was the only thing that was they got right in that. But anyways, Cowboy Bebop, awesome game. I think it's going to be an awesome game. It's an awesome world. And so this is from Don't Panic Games. Fingers crossed that we'll get a cool Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy RPG someday. But let's jam. For the 25th anniversary of this legendary series, 25 years already, join the always cool Spike Spiegel to investigate the investigative genius Jet Black and the alluring Faye Valentine, the amazing but weird Ed, and the super smart Welsh corgi named Einstein, as they try to make a buck in the year 2071. How do they do it? They're bounty hunters. Will focused on their constant struggle to capture bounties and pay bills. Perhaps the crew of the Bebop should be more concerned by what may catch up with them. Ghosts from the past, psychedelic mushrooms, and justice-obsessed cowboys. Cowboys are if you don't know the series. What system does it use? I don't know. Let's see if we can figure out. Does it say? An original system based on D6 dice to overcome the difficulties. So it's a system of their own, using D6s. Awesome. Rules to create your own custom bounty hunter or cowboy. His past, present, and future. The tools for the narrator. Big shot. To set the events in the world of Cowboy Bebop, creating customized bounties. Everything you need to interact with famous characters straight out of the series. The characteristics of spaceships and their mechanics of use, which is really important to the world. And in-depth look at the Cowboy Bebop universe, its planets, and space travel. Oh, look at that cover. That cover's actually really cool. Is that the... Yeah, that's the deluxe hardcover. So, I'm torn as well, because that's the regular cover. And that's the deluxe cover. Both of them are really cool looking. So, the library did back this one. Let's see. So, at $19, you get... I love that they use little floppy disks. So you get the Cowboy Bebop Tabletop RPG in PDF, unlock digital stretch goals, access to options during Pledge Manager. $49 gets you Swordfish 2, which is the hardcover and the PDF. So you get the standard hardcover cover, which is really cool looking. For $98, you get the Hammerhead. So that's the PDF, the hardcover book, 2 Cowboy Bebop dice sets, the GM screen, the quick start guide, stretch goals, unlock physical stretch goals, and access to the Pledge Manager. $157 gets you the deluxe hardcover, which is that, and there's your dice. So the dice have the so you got the Swordfish dice, Spike Spiegel dice, the Faye Valentine dice, the Jet Black dice, and then there's stretch goals for more dice. So $157 you get poker chips as well, and then all the early bird stuff is all gone. So there's your GM screen, Jet with the is bonsai. There's your poker chips. I really need to sit down and watch this again. There you go. There's your 19 euros, 49 euros, 99 euros. They're out of the early birds already. There's your Bebop, which you get all your dice and stuff. And then stretch goals. So you get the metallic foiling on the hardcover. So they've got a bunch of stuff unlocked already. But, I mean, it is Cowboy Bebop, so. Ooh, the Jet dice are unlocked. Let's see. Oh, pre-gen character sheets. Oh, the Ed dice aren't quite unlocked yet. So, but they are almost to the Ed dice. They got 22 days to go. They're going to, they're gonna probably hit 500,000 easy. And with that, they already released the quick start guide, so you can go to DriveThruRPG and download the quick start guide. Over on GameFound, so this has 1 day left. Heart of Ice Deluxe Edition. So they were looking for 10,000 euros. They're almost at 22,000 euros with 1 day left. So 50 euros gets you the deluxe edition, which is everything you see here. So it gets you the hardcover game book, the ice ability cards, ID card, the Heart of Ice scratch maps, character card bookmark set, the MP3 soundtrack, which is cool, and a box. So it comes in a nice box to put everything in. Okay, I will say, boxes are kind of cool, but boxes don't always fit on shelves, and they also cost more to ship and manufacture. So everybody's wanting to put like cool cards and stuff in. So here's a secret. If you make a really cool book and you don't do cards and stuff, you can, in the United States, you can ship media mail. But as soon as you start doing all these cards and everything, it becomes a game and it's no longer necessarily media. And the post office will not let you ship like a boxed game via media mail. But if you're just doing a book, you can ship that media mail. So, as cool as a box and cards and stuff are, if you're out there creating, make a cooler book versus making little doodad add-ons. It'll be cheaper for shipping within the United States, and I think Canada has a media mail as well. So look into that. I could save you a boatload on your project. So while all this stuff is neat, it's going to cost more to ship. In Dreams. So they were looking for 3,000. They're at almost 9,000. They got 5 days left. So this is In Dream is a slightly surreal storytelling game for one and the winner of 2022 54 card game design contest and board game on Board Game Geek. The core deck of In Dream provides card-based journaling prompts. So it's a deck of cards that you play a one-player journaling system. Now, something I think is cool with this is not only can you sit down and play this cool little one-player game with it, but it can be a tool to create a world or a story to take other players through. So sometimes don't look at these journaling games as just that. Look at these journaling games as a way to give you ideas and prompts to move on to a bigger thing. So really cool things can be done with stuff like this. And this looks really good. There's some really cool prompts and stuff in it. And I think could be great for some people to sit down and, do some really great cathartic things by writing and journaling, and creating a story to take other players through. Let's see. Itch.io. I've stopped going into individual things. I just suggest people go dive into Itch. There's all kinds of crazy, awesome stuff in here. It's a great way to support. So here we go. The Tabletop RPG Spectacular. $16.66. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games. Great way to support a bunch of small game designers for not a whole lot of money. It's 2 cups of Starbucks coffee now? Maybe 3 if you get cheaper coffee, or 1 if you get expensive coffee. So skip a couple of Starbucks and you can get this cool little collection from Itch. And I suggest people go onto Itch and just search around. You can find some awesome things that you'll never find anywhere else. Let's see. On Humble Bundle, World of Darkness. So we talked about Vampire and some stuff earlier, but so 11 items for $10. So you get Wraith the Oblivion, Afterlife, Vampire the Masquerade, Out for Blood, Vampire the Masquerade, Sins of the Sires, Parliament of Knives. You get the 5th edition core book, which is now being published by Renegade Games. You get Anarch Sourcebook, the oh, geez, got the weird hiccups while I'm trying to say something that I'm going to butcher. Camillaria. Night Road, Shadows of the New York, Shadows of New York, Categories of New York, and Heart of the Forest for Werewolf the Apocalypse. So, a great way to jump into Vampire, the world of Vampire, and pick up a ton of stuff really cheap through Humble Bundle. And then I'm going to go into the last thing that I talk about nowadays is Bundle of Holding. And we start off with one that, I have to send this to Trollish, who's been running our Dungeon Crawl Classic stuff. The Weird Frontiers. So $10 gets you the Weird Frontiers core rulebook and Judge's Screen. And then for $20.48 you get those and 5 Frontier Adventures. So Never Swallow the Worm, Not So Fast Billy Ray, Dig 3 Graves, Malevolent 7, and Nest of Snakes. I'm love Dungeon Crawl Classics, and this is super cool. The Weird West. Wasn't until I ran into Deadlands in the late 90s and all that stuff that I started loving Western style stuff. But the Weird West has always attracted me. Thank you, Deadlands. And here's a way to do more Deadlands-esque stuff in a system that you may be more familiar with, Dungeon Crawl Classics. So, let's see. Novel writing game tools. So, these are $8 gets you. These are all like little independent games. So Artifact, Apocrypha, Epitaph, and Mappa Imperium. And then for about $24, you get all those plus the Magus, Bucket of Bolts, Back and Again from the Broken Land, which just released in physical the other day, and Apocrypha, two expansions for Apocrypha. So, which you get Apocrypha here. So, solo potion making RPG, and if you buy it all, you get that, plus you get Maker's Market and Wild Highlands to go with it. Let's see. Nightshade Weird. This one has 2 days left. So, for $5, you get Clark Ashton Smith Collected Fantasies 1, William Hope Hogston Ghost Pirates and Others, and Book of Cthulhu 1. So, is this just the books? I think this is just books. And then $25 gets you the base, and then all of Clark Ashton Smith Collected Fantasies 2 through 5, William Hope Hogston Collected Fiction 1 through 5, Book of Cthulhu 2, Clark the Miscellaneous Writings, and the Karnaki Cylinders. So, see, reader, we've resurrected our October 2020 Nightshade Weird Bundle featuring dark fantasy ebooks by Clark Ashton Smith, William Hope Hogston, and other classic authors from Nightshade Books. Fans of the classic Cthulhu mythos know Clark Ashton Smith, 1893 to 1961, as the creator of and Ubu and Plutonium Drug and other mythos staples. Gamers know Smith's Land of Erovingian for 1981 D&D module X2 Castle Amber. So yeah, these are cool. There's a ton of Cthulhu-based books to read. Let's see. GURPS Horror. So you can get for $15 GURPS Horror 4th E, Creatures of the Nights 1 through 5, Infinite Worlds of Horror. And then if you go to 3150 or 3121, you get all of those plus. So you get the GURPS Horror 4E, Creatures of the Nights 1 through 4, or 1 through 5, excuse me, Infinite Worlds, Worlds of Horror. Then you get Madness Dossier, Monster Hunters 5 guides, so you get the champions, the mission, the enemy, power-ups 1, and loadouts, and GURPS Zombie plus day 1. Then there's the GURPS 4th edition essentials, so $20 gets you GURPS 4th edition basic set, template toolkit 1, adaptations, and how to be a GURPS GM, and GURPS GM 4E GM screen. And then for total $40, you get all that, plus you get high tech, ultra tech, biotech, low tech, and 2 weapons tables, plus GURPS mass combat. And I've spoke last week on, this is one of the few RPGs that builds out to be able to do mass combat stuff, which is really cool, because mass combat in many systems really breaks down and becomes next to impossible to play. And then we had the Weird Frontiers, now Dungeon Crawl Classic Horror. So for $9.95, you get Creep, Scrag, Creep. They served Brendolin Red, Shadow Under Devil's Wreath, the corpse that love built. It consumes, Web of all torment, the sinister situes of Septress. Whew, that one's... Mother is wrong. There are monsters in the closet. Dun dun dun. So, and this one's just straightforward. $10 gets you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Dungeon Crawl Classic pieces. So you can do Dungeon Crawl Classic, GURPS 4th edition, GURPS Horror, the night novel writing game tools. It's all a bunch of indie stuff, which is really cool. The Nightshade Weird, which is all Cthulhu books that you can read, and Weird Frontiers, so Dungeon Crawl Classics in the Weird West. So all kinds of cool stuff. We've got a bunch of new books, a bunch of new collection edition. We got some new stuff we backed on Kickstarter a while back. We got some technology that we're going to try to do cool stuff in the library with. Please. I'm so excited. You have no clue how, like, poor postal delivery lady was standing there trying to scan the books in, and she's like, I got one other package, and I'm like, I know what it is. Because I saw that it was out for delivery, and I'm just... yes. So excited. So, if you can support the library, please do. You can go to our website, alexandriarpg.com. You can subscribe to us here on Twitch, or follow us on YouTube. Go to our website. There's a bunch of different ways that you can help us out, whether it's monetary, if you have books to donate. We are probably going to be doing some cool stuff with these tomorrow. We don't have an interview tomorrow. We should be playing Dungeon Crawl Classics on Wednesday, and we're prepping for PAX Unplugged, which we should unveil these in person. You have... I can't even explain how excited I am over these things. These things are so awesome. I'm just... thank you for the follow there, McNancy. Hope you jump into our Discord and interact with us and see all the cool stuff we're doing. We do a ton of local shows here in Washington State. We're always looking for volunteers to help us out. 1 o'clock next Saturday, or this coming Saturday, we're going to try to do some more inventory on the library so that we can get some more stuff into our cataloging system and people can see what we have. But until next time, the library is now closed. Thank you all for tuning in and being awesome members of the library. And get out there and game with some people.